everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio Podcast. It's been a while, but we finally returned with an episode previewing Elimination Chamber for this Sunday, which happens to be tomorrow. Joining me, as always, tonight, Beans, Chucks, and Will. How are you guys doing this evening?
Hello.
There you go.
Oh.
I did that before. I had some cookies and my mouth got really dry, so I couldn't wait until we started recording. But I do have a can of Sunkissed orange soda on my desk here.
All I can do is tip my brew towards you.
Okay, do that.
Yeah.
I just did.
Oh. I didn't hear it.
Well, how can I make a noise tipping a brew to you?
You could clink glasses somehow.
Hang on.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. I'll take that.
That was my head. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's been a while. We've had some hiccups since the Royal Rumble all the way up to now, but we finally returned. Elimination Chamber, as mentioned, is tomorrow. We're going to be previewing that. We're also going to discuss quickly on the results of the Royal Rumble, see who's in the lead. I can guarantee you it's not me. I can assure you of that. And we'll
That's
plug
not
everything.
a prediction.
That's a spoiler. That's a fact. That's just a matter of fact. We're going to be reviewing all of the Royal Rumble stuff and then plugging the numbers from that into the Elimination Chamber. And also some new stuff to get into, apparently, this week. Got a couple of high-profile stuff, I guess, here coming up. So, I've not been in the wrestling Twitter game for a while, for a couple of weeks. So a whole bunch of stuff is news to me, if you will. So.
No, I'm kind of with you on that one. I've been sick as a dog for about 2.5 weeks. So yeah, I've not really been keeping up with the news. So yeah, it'll be news to me as well.
I'm currently sick as a dog, so you know.
I've yet to be coughing and sneezing. I've just been sick in a different variety. So.
We all know what that means.
Yeah. No, I've been exhausted. I've been tired. Probably dehydrated as well. So I'm gonna try to make some changes to some drinks and foods and whatnot if I can. So.
That's what happens when you get a bit older, Smoot.
I know. Yeah. It's.
Yeah.
I've turned 32 and now I'm like. I want to die.
It's funny
Did you do anything good for your birthday?
No, I'm too poor to do anything fancy. Sadly, that's the truth. That's the truth. Although I did get my Twitch paycheck yesterday, which was quite a surprise, and I also got a hefty donation as a late birthday gift, so that also helped out as well. So,
it's funny you should say that though, because I've literally been. It was my birthday 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I've literally been sick since my birthday. So
that's what happens when you get older, Will.
What's going on?
It's like as soon as you hit 32, it's literally downhill.
Don't worry, it gets a bit better when you hit 33. Oh, there we go. It's starting.
There you go. Since we've started this chat, I've had a series of sneezes and nose blows in my ear, constantly. I'm hoping it carries on through the show because it's been amusing. Can't lie.
You're saying that, but by the end of this show,
I will have caught something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For now, it's like hiccups. It's hilarious when it's someone else. It's the worst when it's you. But
You're sick, you know that.
no, I'm not. I'm the one who isn't.
Just getting over a cough, but it's at that stage where if anyone makes you laugh even slightly, you die. So.
Okay, well, I'll try not to be funny then.
I shouldn't be endangered in this show.
I'm sure there's an easy follow-up line to that, but
I'm sure you'll be saying that's your catchphrase, not being funny.
Yeah, I know. He wasn't going to do it, so I had to get that for him. Anyway.
Okay. What are we talking about? Are we finally catching up with the Rumble first?
Yeah, if you want to start.
Or we can
out
do
there.
some of the week's news, or
Yeah.
I'm sure you just said yeah to two things.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
down for whatever.
Yeah. I could do this.
Like a budget Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Oh wait, I haven't gone vegan
Movement
yet.
is alive.
I don't think, truth be told, I don't think I could ever do vegan. They just have like certain like gross things. Like they have like alternative cheese that's not really cheese, and I've heard it's like disgusting and whatnot. It's like the one thing vegans wish that they could actually get down to a T is like actually have the proper cheese for their diet.
It's nothing new for Americans, though, right? Don't you have like processed cheese food and like,
Yes.
the really plasticky? Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, there's some in the
You guys
fridge right
must be
now.
used to that.
Cool.
Any kind of cheese, it's the spray version.
Spray on cheese. There you go.
That
They
stuff is
did-
like
I'm sorry, I mean, it's well documented how much I dislike this stuff.
I don't blame you. It's also really expensive too lately. It's like $4 a can. I've seen it in stores for. Like really? That's way too much. Anyway,
How much is actual cheese?
usually $2-3.
Mm.
Depends on the brand and the quantity and all that stuff as well.
Yeah, I couldn't do the vegan thing, though. I couldn't do the vegetarian thing, to be honest with you.
No.
Yeah, too. I love meat too much.
But have you noticed that vegetarians and vegans, most of the time their food is spent trying to look like normal meat?
Yeah.
You might as well just cut out the middleman and eat the meat.
American sandwich slices, imitation pasteurized processed cheese food. Yes.
There's way too many words in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is.
Why'd you have to call it cheese food?
Yeah.
I don't want it to...
The worst part about that kind of cheese is that it doesn't necessarily melt. It takes a
Oh my god!
Yeah. It's plastic
I
cheese.
didn't
for
think
more
the
than one
thought
reason.
of simulated cheese could get worse, but the fact that how can it not melt?
Because it's plastic, it just burns up.
Just
Yeah.
pain.
Melts.
Pretty much.
Yeah, even plastic melts, that's true.
Yeah.
It'll survive forever.
Death War?
Cockroaches and Twinkies.
Anyway,
Anyway,
now we've offended all the vegans and the veggies.
yeah, I'm alright with it.
Yeah, me too.
If a vegan does CrossFit, which do they tell you about first? There's a joke for you. Hopefully you haven't died yet. Hopefully that wasn't
No,
very
no.
funny. That's the kind of level of humour I'm going to stick to today, I think.
I should be safe. Should be okay.
It should be... No problem.
Alrighty.
Alright, someone host us, come on.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, damn it. Here's the Royal Rumble stuff. Yeah, we haven't had an opportunity to run through this here, so I think
I
we're just
can't
gonna go through
remember
it.
anything that happened at this show.
Yeah, I just remember it being like exceptionally long.
It was a very long show.
I
Yeah.
remember Nia Jax nearly killing R-Truth. That's about it.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten Nia Jax nearly killed R-Truth.
So much for the prize of the
Yeah.
match challenge there. Way to really put that over.
Okay, quickly go through this then, because I don't want to spend too long.
Same.
I haven't even added up the results yet. That's bad
What?
of me. I know, I've had all this time and I still haven't done it. So the pre-show, which I didn't watch, featured... There's a bonus match here that we didn't even predict. Rude and Gable defended the Raw Tag... No, they didn't. This was a non-title match. So it's even more pointless than... Jeez. Rude and Gable defeated Scott Dawson and Razor. I don't know if they called this a strange bedfellows match, because that's something they haven't said since, like, 03. But
What's a tag title match?
Funny. No, apparently if Dawson and Razor had won, it would have given them a title, a championship opportunity down the line. But it wasn't, and they lost anyway. So who cares? Nakamura beat Rusev to win the US title back for 2 days. And we all predicted Rusev in that, so that was a bad start for everyone. And it was, the only failure of the night for one of us.
Ha!
Someone has some inside knowledge, I think. Buddy Murphy retained against Tozawa, Itami, and Kalisto. I think we all... Yeah, only Smoot thought that Tozawa would win this one. For some reason.
Time.
But points for the rest of us. Then on to the main show. Asuka beat Becky Lynch. Becky tapped out. That was a bit of a surprise. Well, for me,
my comment
anyway.
I think at the time I remember thinking, I thought Becky was supposed to be the next Steve Austin, because I don't seem to remember Steve Austin tapping out in his prime.
What?
No, I don't know that he did. At least not until he turned heel. So points for Smoot and Beans. For some reason, they saw this coming, and I'm suspicious. The Miz and Shane McMahon. I thought they would leave it a little while, but no, it was time. The co-besties, best in the world, again, Smoot and Bean saw it coming. Me and Will did not. This is a bad night for us. Ronda Rousey beat Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's title, still undefeated. And we all got a point. Yay! Back on track. Then, I don't know if anyone's got anything to say about the longest Women's Royal Rumble match in history. An hour and 12 minutes.
Was that long, was it? Didn't realise.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You didn't think this one dragged at all? First half?
Yeah, a little bit. Now I think about it. Yeah.
I was a little bit surprised, because there weren't really any major surprises apart from NXT people, really.
Yeah.
Well, in both of them, they didn't really bother with like the old legends or anything, which I think is the biggest surprise I had in the whole thing, is that they've done a really good job of building the women's division across Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I don't know how many it was last year. It's at least 10, wasn't it? Legends they brought back, Tori Wilson and Michelle.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't bothered on the women's match because, like you say, last year we kind of got pretty much every woman you could imagine that they could bring back. They did.
Yeah.
But in the men's side, I was a bit disappointed because we didn't really get many surprises. But
all of the surprises were NXT surprises.
And Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, well, we'll get to Jeff Jarrett.
He hasn't gone away yet.
I was waiting for CM Punk, but you know,
keep waiting.
Might be waiting a while, yeah. I quite like it anyway. I like the NXT surprise thing. I think it's surprises that can actually go somewhere.
Yeah.
And they were all good. It wasn't like, Godfather comes out, you get a great entrance, but then he gets eliminated straight away, and that's it.
He has a great entrance on the way back.
Yeah. Yeah, his music never stops.
Hey, double A.
We'll get to that.
He's not going anywhere, are they?
No, he's going to be an agent, isn't he?
More than that, from what I've heard.
What, he's taken over?
Yeah, he's new boss.
Global Force has bought
He's
out.
he's gonna come out on Raw when Vince is doing a promo. Now we're partners.
No, I thought you'd do the promo back. You know how I spell McMahon? Double G, double O, double N, double E. Go on. Or Goonie, I guess.
She's gonna turn Raw green.
Yeah, we'll get to Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
We'll women's
Hey,
Rumble.
double F.
We had Lacey Evans as number 1. We had Nikki Cross, of course. Then the surprises: Xia Li, Kairi Sane, Candice LeRae, Casey Catanzaro, Yosha Rai, Rhea Ripley, and then I guess the biggest surprise of the lot is Becky Lynch came out to replace Lana, who was injured in that pre-show match.
Surprise to some of you.
Surprise to some, not to others. It looks like, oh look, Beans predicted it. Everyone else, we all thought it was going to be Charlotte, but no. But then who's got the last laugh? Because now Becky's out and Charlotte's in. So I think actually we were right in the end.
What?
I think we all get points and you don't, Beans. I think that's what happens.
It seems to be a common thing when you get screwed over in a prediction game, isn't it?
When you get screwed over, yeah. Yeah, it is. Does anyone remember anything from this? I thought Rhea Ripley looked good. Who else?
Yeah, Rhea Ripley did look good, yeah.
Not much I can think of.
No.
Although it was a pretty good Rumble itself. It did go kind of long, as mentioned. Yeah, it was fine. I had no problem with it. It also closed the show, too, I believe. I thought, right?
No.
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 No, it was quite early on.
Never mind.
Okay. Maria as well. I forgot to mention Maria Kanellis was there.
Mm.
I did. Then, what was next after that? Daniel Bryan. That was a really difficult spot for these guys to be in. Daniel Bryan beat AJ with some help from Rowan, the classically trained guitarist, winemaker, member of Mentor or whatever the other thing was.
I thought he was a pianist.
No, he's a guitarist.
Was he?
I mean, he might have been a pianist as well. That's a funnier word.
Why not?
Why not? There you go. It's funny.
Jeez.
I don't want to kill you, Will. I've got to keep the humour to a minimum.
I see. Do me a favour.
I'm doing you a favour. Rowan, but no Harper. I don't know where Harper is. The Bludgeon Brothers seem to be
Still
a
injured.
thing of the past. Is he? I thought it was weird. Ah well. Ah well.
Do you know what? I didn't even. Do you know what? Only when you said that then did I realise that Rowan was part of the Bludgeon Brothers.
What, you thought it was just Luke Harper on his own?
No, I just didn't. I mean, obviously I knew he was in it, but it just never even came into my head. I'm thinking, I've not seen this guy since he was drinking wine.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with them. It's a shame. I thought the Bludgeon Brothers were alright. I thought it was the best thing they've done so far.
Yeah,
No.
I like the Bludgeon Brothers. The fake hammers.
Yeah. Now Rowan is a vegan hippie, I guess.
Mm.
Is he more likely now to lose a lot of weight?
To like slim down? Maybe.
If he eats lots of processed cheese food, probably.
That won't melt.
That won't melt. Yeah.
Just saying.
I quite like it, the bodyguard thing.
And who's to
Highly
say?
intellectual
Yeah.
bodyguard.
And who's to say when Harper gets cleared that he won't, join up with Bryan and Rowan?
Maybe. Throw back to the old Wyatt family days.
Yeah. Looks like a garbage man again.
The garbage man can.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Rock.
It's very rare in life when you're able to actually use that quote.
Yeah, that's true. That's very
Yeah.
true.
I do apologise, Chuck. Sorry.
Doesn't come up much. That's okay. Yeah, and now I'm just thinking of all the things that the Garbage Man can do.
What about a
Takes the
monorail?
shell. Yeah, a monorail. Mono means one, and rail means rail. Brock Lesnar beat Finn Balor, but Finn Balor had a good showing here in his 9-minute match against the Universal Champion, the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion. I really like this one. I thought it was good. Finn Balor attacked Brock Lesnar right where his diverticulitis used to be, and it served him well.
Did
I did. I liked that. Both guys at different points in the match, similar to the Daniel Bryan match a few months ago, looked like they were going to lose. Even Lesnar looked pretty scared for a while. It's a nice touch. Thought it put Finn Balor over very well, even in the loss, until he then got beat down after the match, and then again, I think, on the Raw afterwards, and he's just a guy again now.
Yeah, he's going up against Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush for the Intercontinental title. So,
Yeah, apparently so.
kind of a steep drop. But...
Points all round for that one. I don't know if anyone's got anything to say about it.
it
Give you a
happened.
chance. It happened.
It was a good match.
I was a little bit concerned when he was trying to impale Lesnar on the sharp corner of the announce table.
Yeah.
Surprised they haven't rounded those things out yet. I mean, it's pretty much the same design from like 2003. So.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. No,
Sharp
that's,
edge. Someone could get hurt on that.
yeah.
Someone did get hurt on that.
Yeah. So that's pretty much my.
I mean, he had a disease in there like 5 years ago or whatever. I don't know what kind of damage. More than that.
Yeah.
And when was he in UFC? Came back in 2012. Nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
Well. Okay, and then the main event was the men's Royal Rumble match, which featured Jeff Jarrett. Of all people.
JEFF.
I was resisting because I knew someone else wouldn't be able to.
So I guess everything's okay with Jeff Jarrett now, even though 20 years ago he was the biggest heel in the company. Like, legit, Vince hated him because of that thing where he wouldn't drop the belt or whatever. Then he started up TNA, well, didn't start up TNA, but was involved early stage, started up Global Force to try and run WWE out of business. Now he's just a Hall of Famer and he's coming back in the Rumble. Everything's fine. Going to be an agent and maybe more.
Maybe he's going to use WWE to help fund GFW.
Is it still a thing?
It's still got a website. I just checked it.
Do we have a website?
Yeah, somewhere.
Do we have a...
Somewhere.
Over the rainbow.
Apparently, Jarrett's new contract is a 4-year deal. Which,
To do what?
well,
Get hit by guitars?
Jarrett's new contract will see him work behind the scenes with talent, but also includes an active performer role.
Oh no.
God.
I mean, the outfit that Jeff Jarrett wore back in WWF days was pretty
I hate it
atrocious.
so much.
It is. Yeah, I'm on board with your comment. Yeah, there's a strong detest for this outfit.
Yeah.
When you're in your 50s, it
Yeah.
does not help matters.
Yeah, he came out looking like the Bastion Booger with that outfit. That's what it
Looked
reminded
like
me
he ran through a blind.
Look, he got trapped in leveler blinds. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Or them
I
little
don't know
fly
why-
nets that you put up.
I don't know why I hate it so much. Like, the
It's
first
so
time I saw it, I just
impractical. It's
hated
stupid.
the thing so much. It made him the biggest heel I've ever seen. I hate it, and I can't explain why.
So I was glad he got rid of it when he did his appearances on Raw.
Yeah.
It was just a generic WWE T-shirt. Yeah.
And the glasses as well.
Oh, God.
They're almost like the wrong size for his head.
Well, the ones at the Rumble got broken.
You seem to find another pair, unfortunately.
So pretty much at the end of the day, I think Beans ran away with this pay-per-view from the scores.
Yeah. Anything else to say about this Rumble thing? Jarrett was eliminated just before Kurt Angle came out. That was a TNA reunion we didn't get to see.
Yeah. Or if there's still bad blood.
Presumably not.
Yeah, I mean, it's been forever.
Speaking of TNA reunions, apparently Abyss is now working backstage.
Yeah, and Sanjay as well.
Yeah.
That's down in NXT though, isn't it?
Abyss was apparently working that role.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's good. Johnny Gargano came out. We had Pete Dunne, Aleister Black. That was cool. That was about it, really, for surprises. Everyone else was Titus O'Neil there. No way Jose. 2 seconds Jose lasted. Titus lasted 5 seconds. There's some great cameos here. Bobby Lashley, 13 seconds. And then number 30 was R-Truth. He got attacked by Nia Jax. Nia Jax got beaten up by a load of guys and thrown out. So I guess that's okay now.
Yeah, we can hit women again.
Yeah.
Feminism. Anyway.
The story was... There was a story that they were possibly working on a program between Ambrose and Nia Jax.
That's what it looked like.
But now he's off.
Yeah, I think that got scrapped because Ambrose was like trying to say that he was gonna gonna leave the company, and then Nia Jax came out after the Rumble, the night after the Rumble on Raw, and just put the kibosh on that or whatever. Which we didn't get a chance to mention. They have actually formally announced ahead of time that Ambrose is choosing to not renew with the company, and it's kind of weird because it kind of puts him in like an odd place. Like we just saw him on this past episode of Raw come out and congratulate, well not congratulate, but wish him well to slay the beast on Brock Lesnar to Seth Rollins as his message. So it's kind of a unique, weird situation for him.
So Ambrose is officially leaving.
Yes.
Yeah.
When?
April,
after I think Mania.
Probably after Mania.
It seemed like he would probably put Nia over at Mania and then be off. But I don't know. Seems to be on and off, that idea. Nia Jax did not win. In fact, Seth Rollins did, which means points for me and Beans. And that means Will, 4 points on this show. 4 points out of a possible 9.
Puts him at 69.
Me and Smoot. Yeah, puts him on 69.
Nice.
Funny, and no one knows why. 5 out of 9 for both me and Smoot. That's just a solid score. I think anyone should be happy with that. And Beans obviously cheated because he got 8.
Wow. I got how many?
Let him down was
8 out of 9.
I don't know. I said it. I don't need to say it again. It's on the record.
Actually, you did break up when you said it.
That's fine. Doesn't matter. The only one he got wrong was the dodgy finish that should have been Nakamura retaining, but in fact wasn't. So he should have had a perfect score.
No, it should have been Rusev.
It was Rusev. No, wait. It should have been Rusev. That's right. Yeah, I got it wrong. Yeah. It should have been Rusev. It wasn't Rusev. Doesn't matter anyway, because it's R-Truth now, and we haven't seen him since.
Yeah. So with that, we'll take these numbers and we'll put them into the Chamber pay-per-view here. There we are.
Okay, so Smoot, you're on 61 out of 126, so you're still hunting for that 50%, but you're not far off. Will on 69, and Beans has overtaken me on 73 because he now has 74. And we still have 3 pay-per-views to go, though, so anything can happen.
Yeah, I might have peaked a bit too early.
How did you all feel about these Rumbles? I thought maybe it would be fun if Becky Lynch did the Nia Jax thing and won the men's Rumble, you know, the man, haha. And then that would have been a funny thing to have happened. Then you could have Charlotte and Becky both winning Rumbles and getting into the three-way that way.
That's quite cool.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the show. It was long, but it may not surprise you when I say this, but I thought it was a little bit predictable.
Oh, shut your face.
What?
Don't need to... I've heard enough from you, Beans. I don't think I'm going to let you predict this next show.
I think that's a bit unfair, but you know.
I think your inside information is unfair. I need to start subscribing to the Observer again.
Give your boy Dave Meltzer that bread.
Yeah.
That
I
cheddar
thought it
that's
wasn't-
also meltable.
Some cheddar. Yeah.
Sorry.
I thought it wasn't very predictable because they made lots of the wrong decisions.
I see, but I predicted that they would make WWE decisions.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what Smoot does all the time, and he gets it wrong.
That's also true.
Something's got to give there, Smoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, not my season this year.
No. I don't know. You're only, what, 13 behind, not 12. 13 behind, so you can make it up.
No, I can't.
It's possible.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence.
Yeah, you know, it's all to play for. Then, before we go to the next pay-per-view, we have Halftime Heat.
Oh God, I didn't get a
6 men.
chance to watch this.
I didn't watch this, and I was meaning to.
What?
I
You
did
didn't
actually.
watch
I
the Super
did.
Bowl?
I was watching the Super Bowl and I was outraged that they promoted SpongeBob during the halftime performance and they didn't deliver. Instead, we got like Adam Levine and Maroon 5 and whatnot. Which, by the way,
Adam Levine with his transfer tattoos all over his body like a kid when you're 10 years old. None of them touched one another and they were all in different spots.
yeah, yeah.
This is the guy that won Tough Enough, right? Big Andy Levine.
That's Andy Levine. Adam Levine is the music performer.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, he's changed his name. Okay.
I was actually, when I was catching up on one of the SmackDowns a while back, the international version, for whatever reason, when they were doing these segments like, who wants to watch the halftime music performance of the big game, and they would just like, they would have like Maroon 5 in text and like their image and whatnot in the background. For the international audiences, it was just a black background with a question
Just
mark.
question marks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I thought I saw that and wondered what the joke was.
Right?
I'm sure that's supposed to be funny, but I don't really know why.
Well, didn't he not turn up for a press conference? He wasn't interested.
Is that right?
So
Oh, okay.
I think
I
the
think it
joke
was-
is that.
I think it was before
Sorry.
that. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, no, it was before the actual event.
Yeah.
But I think the joke was that they didn't want to say who it was because they didn't need to.
Maybe people outside the United States don't know who Maroon 5 is.
Well, yeah,
They had one or two songs about 15 years ago,
yeah.
wildly popular.
No,
Um,
yeah.
I
No,
heard their performance was terrible, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I agree.
Uh,
You can't
I watched
hype
Halftime Heat.
SpongeBob and then not deliver on that.
I'm concerned about how much you're obsessed with SpongeBob.
yeah.
Quite a bit.
Part-time Heat was good.
It was. It was. I saw it, thought it was fun. It was the kind of thing I think that non-fans could get into. Lots of action. Didn't really mean anything, but it was fun. I guess that's what they're going for.
They were having a lot of issues to start with the audio, and I was just... whether that was just me or I don't know.
Did you watch it on the network or YouTube?
Yeah,
or...
on the network.
Me too, I thought it was alright.
It was just different level of it. You could barely hear the announcers, but you could hear the crowd really loud.
Oh, that's alright. It was Shawn Michaels. You didn't need to hear from him.
Hang on a minute, Shawn Michaels was where?
He was not ring announcer, he was one of the commentators.
For the halftime heat?
Yeah.
Alright, I might have to go, guys.
I thought they did a really good job actually with the setup. They basically turned the performance center into a mini arena.
Yeah.
And it looked really good. So yeah, they did a good job there.
Yeah, it looked tiny, but it looked like one of the, like a really small indie with like the high school style gym stand, but with the production of a WWE. So it all looked great. Which is a look that I think is pretty good for wrestling. I don't need it to be so big and flashy all the time.
Yeah, I thought there was a picture. Someone took a picture of them all watching the actual Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
And they're all watching it on the big screens, waiting for the show to start. But yeah, it looked quite cool. Wouldn't mind seeing them using that again at some point for other events.
Yeah. Especially if it's going to be at halftime when Maroon 5 is on. I can't think of anything I'm less interested in. Good thing to do.
Just briefly, seeing as we're on the subject of halftime, Smoot, would you agree in saying that was the most depressing Super Bowl you've ever seen in your life?
Absolutely. That shit was boring. Like, I legitimately fell asleep like during the third quarter.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and the commercials, again, what a shock, weren't all that great either this year.
Well, I can't comment on the commercials because we're not even lucky enough to get them. So.
Yeah.
That's what I was most interested in. Every year there's a big thing about the Super Bowl ads, and I never get to see them.
Yeah, you just have to watch them on Twitter later on.
On Twitter,
I thought someone would make like a YouTube compilation of all of the ads. This is like the one thing that I hate ads. I skip ads all the time. The rest of the year, I never want to watch an ad. This is one where I want to watch like an hour's worth of ads because they're all so high budget and they're going to be memes and stuff. But I never get to see them. I'm pissed now.
I'm pissed now. And your shirts are too tight too, Billy.
Alright, Elimination Chamber, let's get some predicting going. I hope you've all gone through and got your predictions so we can fly through it quickly.
I haven't got a clue who's even having matches.
Okay, that's great.
I ask you to consult the screen then.
Consult the screen. First up on...
I need to get the actual stream loaded.
Oh, way to go.
Oh, you.
Way to go.
This time I've not done it.
Get out.
Fiends pre-show Cruiserweight Championship. Buddy Murphy defending against Akira Tozawa. Who's winning?
I noticed that you're forcing me to make predictions first because you want me to lose.
Yeah, you got no time. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm going to say Murphy retains.
Murphy retains. There you go. Even under pressure, he makes the right call.
Again with this match? Again?
Have they done it before?
It feels like it. I don't know. I kind of want to go with Tozawa again. But if Meads is going with Murphy, then I gotta go with Murphy, considering he has the Stamford, Connecticut hookups.
But you need to win more points than him, so you need to predict differently.
Yeah, it's true, but I gotta get out of... Oh, damn it! Fine, Tozawa. Fine.
Oh,
it's a 205 live match. I don't watch their product. I'll go with it. Tozawa. Ha! 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 That's the noise it makes, right?
Sounds like count. Ah. How many times have we seen this match? 1.
Two.
2. Possibly just 2. I don't know. Murphy for me as well. I think Murphy retains.
God damn
Maybe
it.
they change at WrestleMania. Maybe not.
Damn it.
Well,
Partly because it's the right choice to make, and partly because it'll winds me up. I'm gonna go for Buddy Murphy.
Son of a bitch!
on to the main show. No DQ, so there's going to be lots of run-ins. We've got Brawny Strowman and Baron Corbin.
Is this actually happening?
Yeah, no mention of all of the other guys, Kurt Angle and Drew McIntyre, but it's no DQ.
Beans, who you got?
Why am I picking first on everything?
Because you're in the lead.
You don't pick every other week when you've been in the lead.
Well, I haven't been in the lead when we're on the road to WrestleMania.
Oh, piss off.
Championship advantage. You're in the lead. If you're
That's your fault for not employing that rule.
It's your fault for not being here.
Yeah, you're actually
You
here for a
weren't here when we
change.
predicted the Rumble.
That as well. Whoa!
Is that a Royal Rumble buzzer?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I'm going to go Strowman.
That's actually a pretty good pick. Strowman has lost a lot of momentum. I don't know what the hell they're doing with him, but he is not like the unstoppable force that he used to be. And yeah, I think Strowman's the right call.
I wish to change my pick.
Oh my god.
I'll allow it.
No, you're alright.
It seems like the right pick though, Strowman, but I don't know.
There is a bit of a... Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because of the no DQ. I feel like it's a way out that they can just screw him with not Corbin, with McIntyre and who knows who else.
I'm going to Strowman anyway.
You're gonna go with Strowman. Yeah. So where are they going next? Is it going to be Strowman, McIntyre at WrestleMania?
Probably, which means that McIntyre might cost him.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I have Strowman written down here, and now I'm doubting it. No, I'll go with it. Everyone else is going with it. I got to stay close. So everyone, is it Strowman all round?
Yep.
Okay. Well, at least we're all on together. And then let's do the other guys in this massive feud. Bobby Lashley, IC champion.
Did you just say Barbie Lashley?
The almighty Bobby Lashley.
Barbie Lashley.
Bobby.
I
Black
didn't say Bobby Lashley. Bobby, can you do that one?
Hey,
for me?
Bobby. Hit him with your best pose.
Show him your ass.
Yeah, exactly. Black Lesnar.
All right.
Biggie.
Where's Britt Wall when you need him?
The wall, brother.
It's the wall. Check out the wall.
Let's not talk about Wall now. Come on.
Bobby Lashley, not Barbie Lashley, not Booby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, Robert Lashley.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. Franklin Roberto Lashley is who I'm talking about here.
Oh my god.
And he has Lio Rush with him in the ring, as if he needed more help. As if a Goliath would need more help to crush a little David, like Finn Balor. They together are defending the IC title against Finn Balor. So who wins?
Beans.
I'm more than willing for other people to have a discussion about this before I make a prediction.
I think we're discussing that you should go first.
This is completely like wrongness.
We always did this.
No, you do not.
Well, we do it the WrestleMania one, the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because now you're losing, and you know, there's only 3 pay-per-views left.
I'm only one behind.
No, well, there you go. You go
That's only
first.
This. I'm in
Basically nothing.
I'm in
Still
last place.
position too.
I'm in last place.
Next to nothing.
Therefore, I defer my turn to 2 Beans. Beans, you go first.
Go on, Beans. Show us how it's done.
Yeah.
I'm picking Finn Balor.
Oh.
God damn it.
Ooh.
I feel like I should point out that whether or not you're behind by a point or 3 points, you're still behind.
Oh.
Much as you'll find out in May.
Yeah, but I have a prediction in hand.
God damn. God
Sit
damn.
down.
And I'm going with Hey Bobby for the win.
Oh,
And to
alright.
retain. The almighty Hey Bobby.
I hate that they call him the Almighty. It's not the Almighty, like one word, like the word is.
Yeah, like a god.
Almighty.
Yeah. I didn't realize that until I saw like his shirt or whatever that had all A-L-L and then mighty. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Not how you spell.
Did you see, I can't remember if I've already said this on the previous show because I've lost all track of time and knowledge.
Same.
Did any of you see the tweet that I did of Bobby Lashley doing his entrance?
Oh, where he's like huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really made me chuckle. I just thought I'd share that again. Sorry. That's all.
Balor for me too. I think maybe they do the same thing that
What the fuck?
was it was it Rude and Gable that won
What
by
the
pinning
fuck?
the manager.
God damn it.
You alright over there, Smith?
Yeah, I was up until you decided to pick against me.
Trying to help you out.
It's not my fault that you went first and picked wrong.
I'm used to it because you're never here.
Hey man, I got kids.
You need this, yeah.
Oh, Heath Slater, you're Beans Lesnar. Never show up, but always win anyway.
Yeah.
Oh!
Wow.
Wow, alright.
I'll take it. He's still a winner.
Still a winner. Still making the big bucks.
I was just going to say he's the highest paid out of the lot, so sit down, boys.
Schmidt, you better be recording this. I think there's an episode of Commentating coming up here.
Beans is a magazine of backdoorsmen.
I want to go for Lashley.
Oh, you go for Lashley as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's okay.
So why is Leo Rush in there?
Why is Leo Rush?
Why is he? Existential question for us. Why is Leo Rush? Good question.
Like, he just...
Elias!
Lashley just
Hate
won
the way it
the
says.
IC title, so I mean, why get rid of it? But then again, it's WWE, why do anything? So...
Yeah. Why give Nakamura the US title only to lose it 2 days later?
Right?
Yeah. What have we got next? Let's do the women's matches. So we've got an Elimination Chamber to name the first ever, except for those other ones that they did 30 years ago. The first ever women's tag team champions. Let's just, forget the jumping bomb angels and all that. Just, this is the first ever. Ever in history. Making history. We have Nia Jax and Tamina, who are doing a weird gimmick now where Tamina tries to talk, but Nia Jax talks all over her.
Yeah, I saw that on SmackDown. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I was sitting there and I'm thinking, this is designed, isn't it? Because it was just... Yeah, it was strange.
If it's just bad timing, they wouldn't use that. They'd just record it again.
Right.
They're going for that. And it's just a weird thing.
Yeah.
I've just got this image of Vince watching it in the back for the first time going, what the fuck is that?
40 takes and this is the best one.
Oh, I thought you said go with the first take. Oh, you idiot.
Just WWE ads produced by the Three Stooges. So they are the Samoan Slaughterhouse, apparently. Sounds like a really nice steak restaurant to me. We got Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan of the Riot Squad. We've got Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, Fire and Desire. Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, the Iconics, the Boss and Hug Connection, Bailey and Sasha, and God damn it, Naomi and Carmella. I'm not saying it.
What?
The fabulous glow. Naomi and Carmella.
Fabulous.
They call themselves Fabulous Glow. They've got fabulous glow away heat with me.
Oh! There's also some interesting tidbits between both Naomi and Carmella.
Ready?
Yes.
Go on.
What real world news?
Yeah. Apparently,
Okay.
Naomi and Jimmy Uso are
Yeah,
trying.
they felt the glow
Yeah, are
of
apparently.
the cop car lights.
Hey!
Haha.
They're trying to, I guess, presumably get fired from the company, and maybe get into maybe All Elite Wrestling or something, or just like a way out of their contract. I guess I don't know.
You think that's what it is? Not just a stupid mistake?
Hang on a minute. Are you suggesting that he started a fight with a police officer to get fired?
Maybe. As reported by TMZ, SmackDown Live tag team star Jimmy Uso was arrested in Detroit, Michigan after leaving the car during a routine stop due to Naomi driving the wrong way down a one-way street. Police noticed a heavy smell of alcohol, which caused Naomi to be questioned. Uso was unable to control his temper and was arrested for disorderly conduct and obstruction. Uso was sent to jail for his actions, but later posted bond. And this is the mugshot here. If I can blow this up, put it up on the gimmick.
So
here.
when the cops were questioning Naomi, he apparently got out of the car, took his shirt off, and squared up to the cop. No word on whether or not he put his hair up. And then the guy like had his hand on his taser apparently because he thought he was under threat, which is putting him over, which is good.
Jesus.
You should put him over as a threat. I should hope he is challenging for the tag titles. And then they sent him to the Uso Penitentiary, locked down.
Yeah. Apparently,
Who suggested that this might have been done on purpose?
Fox News.
Oh well, yeah. Well, fucking done. Does anyone not take any kind of guidance from CM Punk? Just fucking go home.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to get yourself a criminal record just to get out of a job?
Yeah, I don't think it's about this time last year that the other Uso got a DUI as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's a tradition.
Yeah. So
It's an Uso thing.
I don't think it was to get out of his contract. I think he's just did something silly.
A source closely connected to WWE told Fox News on Thursday Uso and his wife want to get fired by the WWE, so his arrest just might be the shoe that drops.
Well, he was on SmackDown. He's going to be on the pay-per-view.
Maybe after the pay-per-view. How about that?
Well, they're just going to fire him for this?
I don't know. Maybe.
Just ask for a release. That's what the Revival did, and they're the champions now.
If the Usos win this...
Exactly. Apparently Andrade as well. He was unhappy, so they started pushing him. No, that's what I do now.
They removed his name.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, they took his name away and pushed him.
I mean, the Usos are going to get up against The Miz and Shane McMahon, who are just now like throwing together a tag team. I mean, it's kind of a little bit disrespectful. That's not like an established tag team for the belts. It's just like, hey, it's a tag team that's been here for about a cup of coffee.
Correction, Smoot. Shane McMahon and The Miz are the greatest tag team in the world right now.
That's why. Yeah. See, that's enough to get drunk and go down the wrong way on the street for it. And Naomi has been squaring up with Mandy, and she hasn't been able to get one over on Mandy lately. So,
Basically, we're finding out that these people are not very intelligent at the moment.
I wouldn't say that's enough to get drunk over and, be a complete danger to a vehicle, let alone somebody else's life in a vehicle with the intoxication of alcohol. But, like, I understand their frustration is pretty much what I'm trying to put over there.
Apparently Detroit is really bad for one-way systems, though. Unless you live there, it is very easy to get it wrong.
I think you were right with just saying that Detroit's very bad.
Detroit's really bad. Big D.
Sorry, Detroit.
Is Detroit the big D, or is that Dallas?
That's Dallas.
What's the big... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Watch out, Smoot. Rhinos outside.
Yeah. In like a fucking half a foot of snow, I'm sure.
He'll be wearing his Santa outfit, rubbing his nipples.
Oh my god.
He did do that, didn't he?
He did. I've never seen Renee look more uncomfortable. Yeah, she's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
But then he came back on Raw this Christmas with the Santa costume. Is that just his thing? Every year he dresses up as Santa?
Well, Vince just looks at him and goes, hey, he's round. Put him in a Santa suit.
Huh. Wonder if that's his. And they just go, Rhino, have you still got your Santa costume?
Well, to be fair, Vince was in the Santa suit this year.
Oh, yeah, he was too, yeah.
He felt ridiculous in it.
Yeah.
You ever seen Bad Santa?
So
the women's tag title thing.
Hold on. The other thing with Carmella.
Oh, the other thing. Carmella, yeah, I don't know about Carmella.
Somebody 4 days ago on Twitter said, for what it's worth, I'm going to put this on the screen. For what it's worth, Corey might be going through a divorce or separation of some type. His wife hasn't posted anything about him since August, so this might be contributing to the meltdowns. And then they go on and they link this photo with a caption of from Corey Graves' wife on Instagram saying, this may be totally below me to do, but I'm hurt, I'm sad, I've put 11 years into supporting a man to accomplish his dream only for him to punch me in the gut. I've been through suicide attempts, alcoholism, among so much more with him and stuck by his side. The kicker is finding out that he's been sleeping with one of my daughter's role models all along. Carmella at WWE Graves, I hope you guys are happy, I really do.
It doesn't sound like she really does.
Yeah, that sounds like sarcasm there. Just a little bit.
I was going to mention this later actually, but there's on her Instagram, if you go onto her story, she's put a screenshot up of a text she supposedly got from Corey Graves, or Matt, as she's got him in a phone book.
Yeah.
Where basically he says WWE is going to sue her and to take the post down.
Yeah, I suggest taking that post down because WWE is going to sue you. I just got a call. Fine, they can sue me. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, sue for what?
Slander, I suppose, I don't know.
It's not slander if it's true.
Listen,
Well, true,
So yeah, that is that was the other thing with Carmella. Who
Isn't that the American thing to do? The American way, though, Smoot, to threaten to sue someone.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, over stupid as shit. Oh, it's ridiculous, yeah. And I'm sure even if it goes to court, they don't have a case.
no.
Like, what the hell is WWE gonna do?
yeah.
What's the wife gonna like? I don't know what either side thinks.
Unless WWE's going to front the divorce costs. That's the only thing I could see them going to court over, is for divorce papers. But an actual lawsuit? What, defamation of character because it's actually true? No, I don't think so. I'm not a lawyer or anything, but that's just common sense.
You should be.
I should be, right?
It should be, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, IWC is resident lawyer.
WWE paid for every wrestler's divorce costs. They wouldn't have made it through the 90s.
That's true.
That is true, actually.
Okay. So, Beans, who's winning the women's tag titles?
Yeah.
Is it
I don't-
Carmella? Is she going to get rewarded for this?
I don't know.
She's gonna celebrate with Corey.
Oh my god. Wow.
I've not really thought about this.
Well, you've got no time to think now. Just make it think.
Who's in it
Probably going
again?
to be the Riot Squad, right? Nia Jackson, Tamina, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan,
Here, I'll put the
Fire
graphics
and
back
Desire,
up. I'll put the graphics back up.
Iconics, Bailey and Sasha, Naomi and Carmella.
See, now, before the SmackDown, I was thinking the Iconics. Somehow.
Yeah, they were. What the hell was that match? I saw it and I was just like, what? It was a four corners match where the person that got pinned would be entering first in the Elimination Chamber, and the Iconics just made sure that they didn't get tagged in. In fact, they tagged
It's
out
good
immediately.
strategy.
Yeah. Way to be a heel to take advantage of the shitty rules of the match. So.
I don't know. The obvious one's Sasha Bailey, isn't it? I kind of wonder whether they're going to go Nia Jackson, Tamina, just purely so that...
Tamina gets the mic and Nia just talks all over her.
Yeah. And Nia Jax can just talk like a Kardashian.
Yeah. Weighing like 300 ounces.
300.5 ounces.
Sorry, yeah.
Is that what she said?
That was on Moment of Bliss like a few weeks back, yeah.
Oh, God. I'm going to go Bailey and Sasha, even though it's probably not going to happen.
Well, if it's probably not going to happen, you might want to go with someone else.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. That's Riot Squad. They're a pretty good bet, I think.
Who are you going for, Chucks?
Don't matter, you're picking first.
Yeah, you
I
go.
just did.
Oh, you seem like you don't want to. You're not committed to that pick.
What pick would that be, Beans?
Sasha Banks and Bailey.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you want to do that though. I think you have some doubt.
I do have some doubt.
So it's not too late.
I
to
think
change
it's too predictable, but you know me, I deal in predictable.
Well, I mean, they're going to just do whatever you say anyway, so you can pick any of them.
I'm
I'm going to go with the Iconics.
You're going with the Iconics, really?
No, I'm saying Bean should go with the Iconics.
Oh.
He wants to.
Did you hear how much Chuck shit himself? As soon as she started typing the Iconics. Oh, you're going with the Iconics.
I'm like, all right. And no, I just backspaced it completely.
If that had been me, you would have gone, no, I've already started typing it.
It's locked in, Beans. I'm sorry, I can't change it.
Yeah.
I
I've just decided I'm going to sue you guys.
Oh God. I'll go with Mandy and Sonya.
Oh, Mandy.
Yeah, and the porn music starts playing. Which honestly, no joke, if Corey was to commit an affair, I think it would have been with Mandy out of all the people instead of Carmella.
That would have been too predictable.
Yeah, it would have been too predictable. Exactly.
Maybe you can now.
Oh my God.
Gonna work himself into a shoot, brother.
Jeez. Chucks, who you got?
I got the boss and hug connection.
Really?
I wanted them to go with all four horsewomen winning belts for WrestleMania.
After you just chastised Beans on his pick of Sasha and Bayley,
I didn't chastise him. I just said he should follow his heart because he clearly doesn't want to go with this one. He wants to predict the Iconics.
Beans, is that true? Beans, is that true?
No.
Like, I mean, I could just put Iconics over there.
Yeah, it's okay.
Wait a minute. Why are you siding with Chucks on this?
It's okay. You don't have to. Go with what you think.
I really do feel like Brock Lesnar. You can all piss off.
I was gonna say because he's
This is
not
why
in the
I
lead.
have my own dressing room.
Beans, who are you picking? Or I'm
I've
sorry.
already told you like 10 times. What the fuck?
Will, who are you picking? I'm sorry.
Sasha and Bailey.
Are you sure, Will? Are you sure you don't want to go with the Iconics?
Really?
I swear to God, if the Iconics win tomorrow, I'm gonna fucking be raging.
I can't wait for the Twitter meltdown for Beans.
It might not come till Tuesday when I finally watch it.
That's true.
Fair point.
Oh man.
Okay, these predictions are looking great for Smoot.
Bullshit.
Smoot, do you think Ruby Riot's winning the Raw Women's title by any
Fuck
chance?
no. God, I'm straight up Ronda Rousey. Sorry, Beans. Not to cut you off from your first prediction, but I'm going with Ronda Rousey to retain.
Is it not too obvious?
I mean, anything can happen. It is WWE. It could be an injury.
I would
Week
laugh.
for the Riot Squad.
I would laugh my ass off if Ruby Riot won the women's title and then Charlotte has to face Ruby Riot.
Becky gets a match.
And then Becky challenges Ronda Rousey and they just have the match anyway.
Becky beats Asuka for that title. Yeah,
God.
great.
There's so much of me want to actually do it, yeah. But no, sadly, Ronda Rousey will win.
Okay.
Chucks.
Yeah, unfortunately, because that's a much better storyline.
It really is.
Think how disappointed Charlotte would be. Oh, God damn it! Ruby Riot now. This is the match I wanted. This isn't going to be the main event. No, it's going to be Ronda.
Will?
Ronda, yeah.
Okay.
I've also got to give Charlotte credit because last week she finally got rid of the makeup gun.
Yeah.
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 She looks good in black, too.
Mhm.
Alright, what's next?
The SmackDown tag match is next. So, the Usos, if they're still employed,
So,
are going to challenge the best tag team in the world.
yeah. Who you got,
Miz
Beans?
and Shane McMahon.
I'm wondering whether Drake Maverick's going to come out of a locker room out of a management door and say that he's managed to work his way to having Razor team up with Jimmy Uso.
Oh my
And if they win, then they're able to face Miz and Shane McMahon at WrestleMania.
later on down the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least that way, I'd be able to tell the tag partners apart. Like, after all this time, I still don't know which Uso is which, or which Akam and Razor is which.
Yeah, it's true.
One's got a criminal record.
Well, they
Oh,
both
I
do.
can't see that.
They both do.
They both do. They've both got DUIs now. Even that doesn't help.
Yeah.
Fucking twins. There is part of me that wants to pit the Usos because I wonder whether they're going to do the Shane and Miz split at this for Mania.
Mm.
But then you've got Fastlane as well, haven't you?
Yeah, Fastlane might be where they break up.
Yeah.
And they'll split.
I'll give Miz and Shane the strong win on this one for everything going all nice, hunky and dory for that video at WrestleMania before they murder each other.
Yeah, I'll go with McMiz.
Yeah, me
Sucks.
too.
When they start getting into promos as well, when they do finally turn on one another, and Miz is going to admit that them trainers that he bought for Shane were knockoffs.
I want to see Miz Dad get into the WrestleMania match in like an interference spot, just like low blows Shane or something, or his son. That'd be great too.
And then Vince gets involved too, and both dads just turn on their sons.
Oh yeah, it'll be Shane versus Miz with Vince and Miz's dad in each other's corners.
Yeah,
Vince with Vince and Shane with
that's your WrestleMania main event right there.
Yeah.
And then Big Show will just randomly walk out in the middle of the match thinking, well, it's WrestleMania and there's a McMahon in each corner.
God,
Whose dad would Big Show have?
I don't know.
What other dads are available? John Cena's dad, is he around?
Zack Ryder's dad.
Anytime that bloody John Cena's dad sits front row, he gets kicked in the head, so just stay away.
It's true.
Any fabulous?
Also, that means Cena would have to be there with Big Show's dad, and he got
I'm not
married.
being funny, but if Cena keeps growing his hair like he is, he could sit front row and act as his own dad.
Very true.
Strange thing to say. But
Have him,
kind of.
have him compete in a match while Cena from last year watches on. Anyway, Will, who you got?
Anyway,
Shane and Miz. McMiz.
Alright.
all right, we're all in agreement there.
The
So then that
Miz sounds
leads
like
us-
an action figure of the Miz that you can buy at McDonald's.
Collect all 5.
this week. So the WWE title, presumably the main event. Daniel Bryan, the new Daniel Bryan. I guess Eric Rowan will be locked out, so no help from him.
Correction, Rowan.
Rowan, sorry, no Eric. Eric Rowan is gone. Just Rowan.
How can he be
with
called Eric?
with a recycling logo for his O. I'm pronouncing
God.
the recycling logo. Daniel Bryan versus AJ versus Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, and not Mustafa Ali on SmackDown. How much of SmackDown have you seen, Smoot?
About half of it.
So did you see the promo where Mustafa Ali
Yes.
left the champ? Right.
Yes.
But you didn't see the main event.
No. Not yet.
It's an interesting one,
Oh.
and one that I kind of have to spoil for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was a gauntlet match with all 6 of the chamber entrants.
And Kofi Kingston replacing Mustafa at the time.
Yes, exactly. Kofi started with Daniel Bryan,
Uh-huh.
had a long match. Kofi won.
Okay,
Next out
good.
was Jeff Hardy. Long match. Kofi won. Next out was
Big
Samoa
Italian.
Joe.
Uh-huh.
Fairly long match. Kofi won.
What?
Right. AJ Styles comes out. And Samoa Joe attacks Kofi after the match, chokes him out and everything. So
Yeah.
Kofi is worn out. This is like 45 minutes or something at this point.
Yeah.
AJ comes out, tells Kofi, "You don't need to do this. You can just quit." Obviously, not understanding the basics of a gauntlet match.
Yeah.
Why you would bother wrestling 3 matches and then just quit? Kofi says, "No, I've been doing this 11 years for this opportunity. Of course, I'm not going to quit." Has a decently length match with AJ, and loses. It's disappointing.
Okay.
Disappointing. But AJ then is waiting for his next challenger, and out of nowhere, Randy Orton hits the RKO for the win. So that means Randy Orton is last into the chamber.
Okay.
If that helps.
All right.
But Kofi's in, and he's been pushed really hard and looked great in that match.
So he's not going to win.
Probably not, but
Yeah.
he should. I'm all for it.
Sure, yeah.
Same as the Seth Rollins thing when they did that big match on the Raw.
Yeah. Orton's last. Any word on who's in first, or is that just up in the air?
No,
Okay. All
that's
right.
up in the air.
Beans, who you got?
Daniel Bryan.
Damn it, that was my pick.
Look, you can't force me to go first on every bloody prediction
Yes,
and
I
then
can.
whinge when I...
Yes, I can. Did they say what Mustafa got injured for? They just said he's out because they're not going to clear him for whatever reason.
If it helps, he had a black eye in the interview.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I presume it's a concussion.
I don't see Hardy winning it. Doesn't make much sense. He's got beef with Samoa Joe. Kofi's kind of a wild card. It honestly would be incredible if they gave it to Kofi. They may do like a spot where he wins it, but it's like a fluke, and then like a referee comes down and is like, "Hey, wait a minute, look at this replay.
Is that ref drunk?
His foot was on the rope." I could see AJ winning it back. I don't see Orton winning it. So that just kind of leaves Bryan or Kofi. I'll go with Bryan as well. I think that's kind of the safe bet here. Being 2 months out from Mania. Chucks?
Daniel Bryan, I'm just trying to look up what Mustafa Ali's injury is.
Will.
Because no one seems to be saying what it is. Yeah, Daniel Bryan for me.
Will. And I think we lost Will.
Man.
Oh, sorry, no,
Oh, he's muted. There you go.
Oh,
I was coughing.
oh that's alright.
The Daniel Bryan for me, please.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Those are the predictions. It's all 4 of us here, and Beans picking first on pretty much all of them. So, there you have it.
Okay, here we go.
Chuck, you picked exactly the same.
I
as
know.
me.
I know. I'm so pissed. I was just looking through. Is there anything I can change? But I think it'd just be stupid to change any of these.
You sure you don't want to go with the iconic?
I'm changing Strowman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Strowman.
bastard.
Late pick here. All right. We change it.
Corbin.
I thought that when it was wrote on, it was like set in stone.
It is, but
it is,
you know,
but until
chisels were made with erasers, whatever that phrase is.
Excuse me?
Beans, you sure you don't want to go with the iconics?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, you do. You definitely do.
Sure.
So, according to my boy Dave, apparently,
Yeah.
Mustafa Ali suffered a concussion
Oh,
during a live event on Sunday. So that's why he's out.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Weird. Okay. I don't have any news. I mean, I do have news, but I haven't like browsed through it or anything like that at the moment. I only saw the two with Corey Graves and the divorce and him trying to sue his wife, I guess, or Uso and Naomi wanting to get fired supposedly. So,
AEW sold out.
Yeah, it did.
did it really?
Yeah, in like no time at all.
Wow. Why does Chris Jericho kind of look like a modern day Triple H?
I haven't seen him for a little while.
Yeah, here. Also, The Rock apparently replied to this, which was kind of cool. Oh well, you can't see it because of it's a video, but like, let me print screen us and send it to you through Skype.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I know, right? There you go. But yeah, congrats to them, man. That's anything for competition these days. And right now, WWE doesn't have any competition, and that's kind of the worst part because we're getting like the same show week in, week out on Raw and arguably SmackDown too. So anything to hopefully, to get WWE back on their not on their feet, but like them caring again, pretty much. So. What are you laughing at?
Just trying to work out who Jericho looks like, and I think I found it.
God.
Definitely Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh yeah, he does kind of look like Dog the Bounty Hunter. You're right.
I was thinking it was Michael Hayes, but no, even better. It's
Dog the Bounty Hunter. Yeah. WWE statement on the rest of the Uso. Okay. Let's see here. Dean Ambrose's status with the WWE. WWE's going to take one more swing at re-signing Dean Ambrose, and apparently they're going to offer him a very sweet deal, which may include limited dates. They do not want him to leave. I think...
Yeah, I believe it.
That's from Brad Shepard on the Oh You Didn't Know podcast. Yeah, I don't think that WWE wants anybody to leave because of AEW starting up and whatnot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they're going to try to keep people just to have them around and probably not do much with them. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay. Yep. Lana throwing shade at Ronda Rousey. The Bellas leaving Total Divas. What? The Bella Twins will not be a part of the 9th season of Total Divas. Oh man.
9th season?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Do we have any... What's the story with Big E's meat that he came out to SmackDown with?
It's a valid question, to be fair.
Seriously.
I think you can ask a lot of things like that to do with Big E. And I don't know how he gets away with it.
No.
I'm sure he walks past Vince doing it, just gets him to get involved in it and laughing or something, and then forces Vince to not be able to say anything. Then he's like, "Shit, he got me again."
Jesus.
He was wearing a giant nappy and covered in baby oil the other week.
Yeah,
everything's
Wasn't he the New Year's baby or whatever?
Yeah, but everything with him is far too sexual, and he's so aware of it.
He skirts the line. Yeah, it's great. Batista talks with both WWE and AEW.
Yeah, I don't know that he's going to AEW.
No, I don't know. Apparently, there's a 50-50 chance he'll appear at WrestleMania.
Well, that's if Triple H is ready.
Yeah.
By then.
I think you're going to get anyone who's remotely involved in wrestling who's not in WWE.
Yeah.
It's going to be linked with AEW for the next few months.
Yeah.
David Arquette.
AEW does want guys who are good.
Yeah.
They're not going to be signing the Jeff Jarrett.
JFF.
God. Rollins opens up on how he almost walked out on WWE. Changes made to Fastlane matches. What's this? Apparently the Cleveland area advertising some matches, including a triple threat match between Bryan, Samoa Joe, and AJ Styles, Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch, and Intercontinental Championship match between Finn Balor and Lashley with Lio Rush. Neither of which is holding the title in the graphic, for the record. So, I don't think there's much of a spoiler in any of those. Just seems to be standard stuff. Yeah, I don't... There's not much news stories here. It's just the two, like I said.
Wasn't there supposed to be something about The Undertaker doing some kind of signing?
He on Instagram. Yeah, that's a good...
yeah, he's removed all references to WWE.
Did he ever have references to WWE in there?
Well, I think he had something to do like WWE Superstar or something like that. Something generic.
Because he's only recently got on Twitter, right? It hasn't been...
It's been there for a while, but he's not actually used it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. The report I read was basically that he's apparently he's signed a new media agent as well for non-wrestling bookings, whatever that means.
Yeah, he again on Instagram said landed late last night. Must be meeting with somebody important today. # on the road again. He could be just pulling some legs here.
Just some appearances, like same way so many guys do. Jerry Lawler does. Lots of guys that legend deals do it. So presumably he's more retired now than he has been before, and he's charging. Was it 25 grand for an hour?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Or 60 grand for 3 hours, and people are paying. So why not?
He's appearing at the Starcast event, the same weekend as AEW's Double or Nothing, which has obviously got people talking, but I can't see that happening.
You never know.
If Undertaker came out at Double or Nothing, I think Vince McMahon would have a heart attack.
He probably would.
When someone actually told him, because he wouldn't be watching it.
Yeah, just think it was a joke.
What the hell's Double or Nothing?
I don't remember us having a pay-per-view called that. Don't you mean Fully Loaded?
He would probably say that, wouldn't he?
What would they call the Undertaker? Just if they actually did turn
Mean
up.
Mark Calloway.
The Outlaw or something kind of lame.
The Dead Man.
The
Dead Man.
The Overgiver.
Overgiver.
What?
Instead of Undertaker, Overgiver.
It's totally opposite.
Yeah.
Oh.
That would be his Impact name, probably.
What's the Take Under doing at the Impact?
The Grave Man.
Mark Taker. The Grave Digger.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's not much news. And I think we've reached the end of our rope here. Well, that's kind of a grim thing to say. We've reached the end of our rope on this show. How about that?
Well, I've got a cold, but I'm okay.
It's me being 32. It's new to being 32.
You'll get there, Will.
All right.
I'm already there.
Oh, when
there
you
you
hit
go.
33.
Yeah.
You can all piss off. You're all younger than me.
So yeah, we'll be keeping an eye out for Elimination Chamber tomorrow night. We also, before the show, we were discovering apparently they actually had a live stream set up to where they were constructing the chamber, and it was a 3-hour live stream. There was some, for whatever reason, midstream advertisements where they broke away for a double feature for the ad of the actual event for tomorrow. That's still up on YouTube. Check it out if you're interested in the construction of the chamber. Spoiler alert: they don't fully construct it in the 3-hour time frame. But hopefully it leads to
like a fuck finish. It was like they built the whole thing, and then they had referees come out and say, "No, this guy put the bolt on wrong. We have to restart the match." And then a cage ran in and helped out.
Rumor was it as well that a lot of the production staff and all the engineers were attacked by Nia Jax.
With her in her full ring gear.
Yeah.
She took the place of one of the pods.
I remember that
Said,
angle.
No, I'm in this match now.
That was such a stupid segment. God, where like Sasha was like with trainers, and then Nia just comes down in her full ring gear. Oh my god.
I think she wears that all the time.
Maybe. Who knows? Anyway.
John Terry wearing his full kit. That was a thing that happened 8 years ago or something.
Anyway, that's gonna be it for us. We'll hopefully, fingers crossed, be back for next week to recap everything and remember everything with the chamber. Beans has
we haven't reached the end of our rope.
Oh yeah, unless we've reached the end of our rope. Beans has the one.
I'm getting there.
Beans has the 1-point lead. We'll see if Chucks overtakes him. With that, maybe that Corbin prediction will be enough to do it.
How's he gonna overtake me?
He picked Corbin over you.
Yeah, that means he can equal me.
Yeah, he can talk you that you won't have the lead. You'll share the lead.
Oh, for
I'll be ahead on points on goal difference.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking typical City fan will point out goal difference, won't they?
It's very important.
Or maybe I'll pull the miracle off and I'll not be in the lead and just get closer to it. I'll just get closer to Will.
Goal difference doesn't matter when you're 3 points clear.
Yeah.
When you are. Enjoy this.
Anyway, we'll see you next week, everybody.
Who's 3 points clear? What are you talking about?
We'll see you next week. Take care.
See.
Bye.